So I recently received a comment on one of my videos, which was completely irrelevant to this topic, but whatever. I do like viewer engagement, obviously. Yeah, it was, what are your opinions on the Switch? And I already posted a video of my thoughts, but I kind of, since it's been a long time since March, since it actually released, I think I actually want to talk a little bit more about it now and, how it's changed, how things are doing now, after I've had it for a while. And to be honest with you, it's been kind of boring. And I'm not knocking the console itself. I still think the console is brilliant. I still think the hardware is fantastic. It's a brilliant idea. I think it's going to go places. But in order for it to go places, we have to get past that initial phase of it being, brand new hardware, early adoption hardware, when there are actually units in homes that have been built and shipped and, bought, which... A lot have, but not enough. And obviously, there's the issue with software. The software on the Switch is very anemic right now. There's really not that many games on it that are spiking a lot of people's interest. I mean, yeah, of course, there's some coming up. There's Pokken Tournament DX. There's Odyssey. There's Super Mario Odyssey. There's... Breath of the Wild, obviously, which is the system seller. It's been the system seller since it launched. There's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is just kind of filler, but I mean, it is Mario Kart 8, so I mean, But yeah, there hasn't been anything that's really brought me back to the console. I mean, I beat Breath of the Wild. Obviously, there is DLC, which I haven't purchased yet because I'm too much of a pussy to play in like an ultra hard mode. But I think I'll try it at some point and rage quit violently. But yeah, yeah, you know what? I think that, give it a few years, and I think Nintendo Switch is going to kick a lot of ass. But it needs to be given that time. It needs to actually develop. It needs to be understood better by the developers that are going to develop for it, and all of that. It has to go through the growing pains of any piece of console hardware like this. It may be drastically different to other consoles we've seen in the past, but that doesn't mean it won't have to go through the same growing pains as everyone else has, including Nintendo with their past consoles, even their successful ones. Because like when the NES came out in 1985, Mario wasn't just on it. It took a while for Mario to actually come out on it. It's the same sort of thing. Software has to catch up, and it currently hasn't done that. But it will, come November, come October, etc., when things are starting to pick up a little bit, Nintendo's starting to release some stuff. But when are we going to start seeing these awesome third-party titles? I don't know. Are the third-party developers going to back out? I sure as hell hope not, because there's a lot of money in it for them, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a lot of money in it for those guys, and they would definitely be missing out if they decided not to develop for the Switch. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it may not be the most powerful thing out there, but hell, I mean, you can take that thing on the go. I mean, you have a battery pack for it. If they're like... Third-party manufacturers, get on that shit. Make like a huge battery pack for the thing that you can hang on the back of it. It's, yeah, it'll be kind of heavy and shit, but it'll extend the life and people can play those games that they want to play. Hook it up to make it like a little dock-like thing. Not like a dock, but just like an attachment that goes into the USB-C port or something like that and just, like fastens itself to the back. That would be cool. If I had, the ability to make an accessory like that, I would. But yeah, third-party accessories, you manufacturers out there, for like people that manufacture good batteries, quality batteries, not Samsung explodey batteries. I shouldn't say that I'm recording this on a Samsung phone right now. I'm not actually at my usual location for recording videos right now. You may have noticed. But yeah, make some battery accessories for this thing so that, people will be more, maybe they'll be more motivated to buy it for actual portable gaming so they can play, Mario Kart 8 with friends for hours on end if they want to, But yeah, that's kind of niche, but, I just thought I'd put it in there. But yeah, I really think that the Switch can go far. It really can go far. It just has to, it has to grow. It has to go through its growing pains, and that has yet to happen. That is happening right now. Obviously, we're just we're gonna over the next couple of months we're gonna start transitioning out of that early adopter period, going into Christmas when people are actually going to be buying these things. More games are going to be out by then. Obviously, more big ones like Super Mario Odyssey. More people are going to be getting them for Christmas, and that obviously. That those hardware sales are going to drive software demand, and developers are going to see that, and they're going to be like, well, you know what, a whole fuck ton of units have sold for the Switch, so let's just develop something. Let's take a couple of years. Let's put something out there. Let's get something, going so that we can have a piece of this pie, so that we can have some of this money, and that will take time. Obviously, that's the whole thing with early adoption. It's going to take a year. It's going to take 2 years. And then it'll be in full swing, and then we will be, in the middle of its life cycle before you know it, and then, it'll be the big thing, and hopefully it'll be the big thing. Hopefully the third-party developers will actually develop for it. But yeah, currently my thoughts on the Switch are, it's pretty anemic right now, but in the future, I think it's got some seriously awesome stuff going on, in the future at least. I have a feeling that, 2 years from now, it's going to be one hell of a console. Hopefully it's going to have the awesome games of the Wii U with the exposure and the adoption of the Wii. That's what we need. We need it to be as successful financially as the Wii, while having the same great fucking games the Wii U did. Because the Wii U didn't sell any units, but it had amazing fucking games. The Wii had mostly shitty games. Obviously, there were good games on the Wii, but most of it was fucking terrible shovelware and gimmicky bullshit. If we had the games of the Wii U on the Switch, that would be a big fucking deal. That would win hard. And you know what? It could happen, and that's what I hope happens. So yeah, that's generally my thoughts on the Switch as of, August? This is the day of the Great American Eclipse, August 21st, 6:56 p.m. on 2017. I sound like I'm some sort of announcer saying that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Switch. Anemic now, it's got one hell of a future. So I hope you liked this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.